Hari. That last verse of that Suviran says, salutations to the Guru, lotus feet of the Guru, who is Kripa Sindhu, the Guru who is an ocean of compassion, and Nara Rupa Hari, who is Hari, the Lord himself taken form as man, taken a human form. If you are joining us tonight for the first time, Jasu Bachchan, next line, let me not leave out half. Jasu Bachchan Ravi Kara Nikara, whose words, salutations to the Guru, whose words are like Ravi Kara Nikara, like the rays of the sun, Maha Mohatama Punj, like the rays of the sun, like the knowledge of the rays of the sun, like that. Or likened to knowledge, which is like the rays of the sun, that removes all the darkness of ignorance, which we have been coming with for so many countless births, all of us coming with our ignorance from so many births. And every day, instead of reducing our ignorance, we pick up more, we intensify the ignorance. One thing I have to clarify, in the scriptures, in our scriptures, there is this pair which is called as Gyan and Agyan, knowledge and ignorance. Gyan and Agyan. This is the theme of all the scriptures. Gyan, Agyan, knowledge, ignorance. And what the Upanishads and all this Gita and everything tell us, we are Ajnanena Avritam Jnanam. By Agyan, our mind is taken over. All our knowledge, our awareness, consciousness, everything is taken over by Ajnan. Ajnanena Avritam Jnanam. This is Bhagavad Gita. So, these two words are there, and I don't know, but I get the feeling that in Trinidad, when we use these words, people are confused like anything. Because in Trinidad, when people say, that man ignorant, they mean something else. Yeah? That is because of wrong English. Now, when I read Gyan and Agyan in Gita, I have to translate as knowledge and ignorance. Now, how else I translate? But that is the translation of the word. Knowledge and ignorance. So, the change has to be made in our language. Means we use English wrongly in Trinidad. The word ignorance we use in Trinidad to mean arrogance. When somebody is arrogant, we say that man is ignorant. He behaving ignorant. That man real ignorant. We need to say that man real arrogant. So the ignorance word or the ignorant word, please understand that word in its correct meaning. Because when I translate Sanskrit and I say ignorant, you will think something else. Trinidadians, I tell you, we have our own meaning for every word. So I don't know what we speak. No, I cannot translate again in Trinidadian language. How I'll translate? Because Trinidad language doesn't have any word for... English language has a word for again, but Trinidad language has no word for again. So we have to make the adjustment in our understanding of the word ignorant or ignorance. That word means specifically this thing now. Now, I'm telling in today's yajna, tomorrow when you see me in another yajna, don't forget it. Then I got to tell again. Ignorance means I don't know. You understand that meaning? But if I say this person is ignorant, it means he doesn't know. Not that he's arrogant. That's not the meaning of the word. It means simply means the person doesn't know. If I say I'm ignorant, it means I don't know. I'm ignorant of this fact, I'm ignorant of that fact, I'm ignorant of so many things. The meaning of the word is I don't know. Such a simple meaning. Ignorant. Not only I have to teach all of Vedanta, I have to teach all of English too. So, Gyan means knowledge, Agyan means ignorance. Right? Knowledge means I know, ignorance means I don't know. And from today, stop using that word to mean arrogant. When you want to say the man arrogant, say the man arrogant. Don't say the man ignorant. So that you will not have confusion in your mind when you hear scriptures. So, the scriptures talk about Gyan and Agyan. So here, the words of the Guru are likened to the knowledge, which is like the rays of the sun. When the rays of the sun beam down, what happened to all the darkness? They scamper away. In the very same way, when the words of the Guru land on our ears, all the darkness of ignorance inside, they all go away. That is what the verse is saying. Bandhav Guru Pada Kanj Kripa Sindhu Nara Rupa Hari Maha Mohatama Punj Jasubacha Rabikara Nikara. Maha Mohatama Punj means all the ignorance which we have in our mind. They scamper away. If you are joining us tonight for the first time, we are seeing Ayodhya Kanda, Ram Bharat Milap. Bharatji is going to meet Bhagwan Shri Ram in the forest. And I told you that this is the journey of every sadhak to get Bhagavad Darshan. Bhagavad Darshan means to get Darshan of Lord. And on that path, we can use so many vehicles: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, Japa Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Raj Yoga, Kriya Yoga. I don't know how many yoga people have these days in America. There are about 5,000 different types of yoga. Everybody have their own brand name yoga. Brand name yoga. When you see so many in front of these stores and studios and all, you'll celebrate. The last one I was seeing just recently, which city I was at, I don't remember. And what I saw there? Hot yoga. And I don't know what is a hot yoga. I was asking this host where I was staying, what is a hot yoga? Hot yoga? They said, Swamiji, you go there and they put you in a sauna. It's hot water, steaming and all. And through that, yeah, you had to die or something, I feel. Well, I don't know what they expect. They expect to steam out all your ignorance or what? Steam out your ignorance. Anyway, so many brand new. So here, Bharat, along with the people of Ayodhya, they were using different types of vehicles, symbolic of the different types of paths. And Bharat himself chose the path to go on foot, and we saw how the obstacles came on his way. See, on the path also, we can use different vehicles, and whichever vehicle we use, some obstacle will be there. If you use bicycle, well, what will be the obstacle? Well, bicycle has no springs. So it's a rough ride. Then, bicycle will run out of steam because the steam behind the bicycle is you. Isn't it? Now the car will not run out of steam because the car is, you are not the steam behind the car. So the bicycle will run out of steam. That's another obstacle. So, suppose you don't use the bicycle, you use something else, some other vehicle. Any vehicle you use some. Right now the one we use in there, sometimes when you press the accelerator, it doesn't go. Anything will have some problem with it, you know. So, the different vehicles we saw and the different obstacles also we saw. So now today we have to see obstacle number 3. Last night when we saw Bharat met Guha and they became... Bharat, in his mind he prostrates to Guha also. Guha, you are so fortunate. Dekho. तुम तो कितना सौभाग्य है. How fortunate you are. And मैं कितनी अभागी हूँ. How unfortunate I am. Bhagwan Shri Ram left me and ran away from Ayodhya. And look, he came to the forest and gave you darshan. So between both of us, you are so fortunate. I have to prostrate to you instead. Bharat has so much of love for Guha that Bhagwan Shri Ram relinquished Bharat and came and gave darshan to Guha. When they were children, they used to play football, you know. And Bharat Out of all of them, he is Bhole Bhale. Bhole Bhale means very simple. Bharat actually was the weakest. Lakshman is firebrand. And Shatrughna is also equal because they were twins. Shatrughna and Lakshman, they are twins. Firebrand, both of them. Shatrughna is the one who eradicates the enemy. That is his name. His name means that. Shatrughna. Ghana means Sanskrit means to wipe out, not a simple wipe out, obliterate. Who? Shatru. Both of them were firebrand. And this Bharat, poor fellow, उसके बीच में वो दुबले पतले कमजोरी thin weaky fella. So when the four of them playing football now, Ram is Ram, वो तो मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम Ram. When the four of them playing football with all the friends in the village, everybody get a kick on the ball and Bharat never get one kick. But Bhagwan Sri Ram very perceptive, He thought, chi. Mere lal, mere priya bhai, Bharat, everybody getting the ball and look you. So Bhagwan Sri Ram, when the ball came to him, out of compassion, he kicked the ball for Bharat. Because Bharat in some corner and never getting the ball. Bharat grabbed the ball and brought it to his heart and started crying. Everybody confused. He hold the ball to his heart and crying. So they asked, Bharat, what happened? Why are you crying? He said, I'm feeling sorry for his ball. You feeling sorry for the ball? You don't have to feel sorry for the ball? The ball make to kick. He said, no, I'm not feeling sorry because everybody kicking the ball. I'm feeling sorry because just now this ball was at the feet of the Lord. And now look how unfortunate this ball is. Anybody who leaves the feet of the Lord is the most unfortunate person in this world. Just now this ball was at the feet of the Lord, now look. And that would the Lord kick him away. That is how I feel. The Lord kicked me away, sent me to Nana's house. Because his plot, after all, the whole script is written by Bhagwan. He sent me to my Nana's house, and before I could come back, he left. And now look, he has come and given you darshan, telling to Guha. So, you are so fortunate. You are so blessed that the Lord could come, cast me out and give you darshan. I am jealous of you. This is how a devotee of the Lord thinks. So now, Bhagwan Sri Ram had sent back Guha. Now let me tell you that part also. When he met Guha, when Bhagwan Sri Ram was coming down south, he met Guha. And Guha had gone a long way with him. And Guha had also gone into the boat in which Kevat took all of them across Ganga. And Guha continued going. And before they reached Chitrakoot, he told Guha, okay, now you go back. Guha said, Prabhu, that is not a good idea. Prabhu said, that is the best idea. You go back now. And sent him back. And Guha also, with tears in his eyes, went back. Because he's the king. He has to go back and take care of his people. So Guha went back. Now, Bharat meets Guha. And Guha tells Bharat, Bharat, look, you see, you don't know the way. You don't know where Sri Ram is. So I am going to show you. And when you go there, make sure you tell Bhagwan Sri Ram you did not know the way and I came to show you. Because he done send me back one time already. So you make sure you tell him. So Guha now goes with Bharat and they go with that whole entourage. They go to Chitrakoot. Bharat is now descended from that chariot and Bharat is walking on foot again. And Tulsidas describes how nicely that the little, little sores on his feet They were like little lotuses. Yeah, I told you in the previous night, na? Bharat. Little sores on his feet. Red spots. Like so many little lotuses on his feet. Anyway, they now come to Prayag. Tulsidas ji writes a most describes the most wonderful heart of Bharat. I told na, Bharat is the love of the Lord himself manifest. See Tulsidas ji. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Ram paya dehi paye sidhaye. 202. हम कह रथ जगबाजी बनाए. सिर भर जाऊं उचित असमोरा. सब ते सेवक धर्म कठोरा. देखी भरत गति सुनी पद पानी. देखी भरत गति सुनी मृदु बानी. सब सेवक गण गरहि गलानी. जय राम जय जय राम. राम पाय देहि पाय सिधाए. हम कह रथ जग बाजी बनाए. Rama is going on foot and I will ride on chariot. Again he came down. Because previously his mother had told, he came down. And now he had support because Guha was walking. So he came down and all the people told, Arey Bharat, please go up. Look at your feet. Those commoners, you know. The saints and sages, when they saw his feet. See, different visions. Eh? When a common person saw his foot, oh, look at how many sores on your feet. Please go up on the chariot. When the saints and sages saw his feet, means Vashishta and all the munis who were following also. They saw, kya baat hai? Kitna sundar hai? How beautiful are his feet with his little sores. They look like little lotuses on his feet. That's why they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. All of us see our own world actually. Bharat said, chariot? Go up on the chariot? No. In fact, I am so wretched. It is because of me, my Bhagavan Sri Ram is cast out in the forest. I am so wretched. Not only feet, I should be going on my head. I should be walking on my head right now. And he doesn't go up. Bharat tisare pahir kaha, kine pravesu Prayag. And then he reached Prayag. Kahata Ramasya, umagi anurag. There's a very famous verse, wonderful verse. He's going. See? Now. See the doha. Think, huh? I'll ask you the question. Bharat said Ramasya. Now what we usually say? Siya Ram, isn't it? Why Bharat is saying Ramasya? He changed, he reversed it. This is the doha. भरत तीसरे पहर कहाँ, तीन प्रवेशु प्रयागो राम, तीन प्रवेशु प्रयाग। कहत राम सिया, उमगी उमगी अनुराग सिया, पर रामचंद्र जय शरणम, उमापति महादेव की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, सियावर रामचंद्र की शरणम। कहता राम सिया, राम सिया, राम सिया, Tulsidas ji writes. And he's saying Ram Siya, Ram Siya. We change over the whole tradition. Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Mai Sab Jagat Jani. Tulsidas ji writes everywhere. But Bharat says, Tulsidas ji doesn't write properly. I'm going to say Ram Siya. Why he was saying Ram Siya, you know. This is the most wonderful thing. Visualization in life is such a good thing. Visualization. Bharat is seeing Ram walking in front and Sita behind. In his mind's eye, he knew that Bhagavan Sri Ram had come down the same dusty path. And Ram was in front and Sita was behind. So he's seeing that. So therefore he's saying Rama Siya, Rama Siya. Puts Rama in front, just as they had walked down. Whatever we have to achieve in life, you know, one pilgrim, he was going to a mountain pilgrimage. And it was a cold, wintry night. And he stopped by a little chai dukan, chai shop, to get some tea. And the one who was selling the chai, he said, "Aap kahan ja rahe hain? Where are you going?" "Main udhar Tirat pe ja raha hu. I'm going on Tirat." So he said, "I don't know if I'll make it." कितना दूर है और मौसम कितना बुरा है. How bad is the weather? How far is this? I have to go there. The pilgrim is telling to the chai dukan wala. So the chai dukan wala gave a really wonderful advice. He said, first, put your heart there. And then it will be easy for the rest of you to get there. If your heart is there, you will go very easily. So, Bharat's heart is already with Bhagavan Sri Ram and he's seeing the Lord. He's already seeing Bhagavan. And therefore he's seeing Bhagavan walking in front and seeing Sita walking behind. And visualization is a very powerful tool in whatever you have to do in this world. If you can visualize that thing before, you have to visualize yourself doing the thing from before itself. Otherwise you will never do it. See it in your mind's eye before. Whatever you want to achieve in the world. Anyway, when I start getting philosophical like that, we miss the essence of the bhakti katha, you know. Because here, the whole katha is about bhakti, you know. But how the devotees, with a strong devotion, Bharat with a strong devotion, sees Bhagavan Sri Ram in his mind's eye already. And therefore his words change because of the way he's seeing the Lord. He changes the tradition also. Ramasya, Ramasya. Umagi, Umagi, Anurag. With every step that he took, his love swelled more and more. Umagi, Umagi, Anurag. And he comes there now to Prayag. Tulsidas ji also describes Prayag in such illustrious words, you know. This Prayag is where Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, 3 rivers meet in India. Each time we go on that trip to India, we go to Prayag. He takes up water in his hands and he makes a most solemn prayer. A very famous prayer. This is number 204. Very, very famous doha. You hear it all the time. All saints and sages love this doha, especially bhaktas. अर्थन धर्मन काम रुचि गति न चाहूं निर्वाणो राम गति न चाहूं निर्वाण जन्म जन्म रति राम पद यह वरदान न आन सिया हर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम उमापति महादेव की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. He takes up some water in his hands like this and he pours it down on Ganga and he says, Ma, I'm making this prayer to you. What is that? Arthana dharmana kama ruchi gati na chahu nirban. I don't want any dharma, artha, kama, moksha. No moksha also? Yes, I don't want any moksha also. Moksha is for a big jnani, me I want a moksha. Better keep it. Then what you want? Janama janama rati ram pada yaha baradan an. Give me this one boon. That I may have birth after birth, but in every birth I may have such unflinching devotion to the feet of Bhagwan Sri Ram. Dharma ta kaam moksha ko chhoro. Moksha bhi chhoro. Cast out moksha also. I don't want none. Keep it. Bhaktas have this one desire. You know what moksha means? It's like a drop of water merging with the ocean. Now after that, what happens to the drop of water? Disappears in the ocean, isn't it? No identity left. No individuality left. No demarcations left. No parameters left. So the drop of water here is saying, I don't want to merge with this ocean. I want to remain as a drop. But let me every life, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, appreciate and recognize the grandeur and greatness and the magnitude and power and glory of the ocean. And let me ever be a devotee of that ocean. This is what Bharat prays for. And devotees do this all the time. Bali, when he was dying, also prays for the same thing. Bali told, Prabhu, let me even be born as a pig, but as a pig that has devotion to you. He tells to Bhagwan Sri Ram. The same wicked Bali, in the last minute, he also transformed. Huh? And they come to Prayag and they meet now. After the prayer, the great sage, Bharadwaj. And Bharadwaj goes on praising Bharat. He praises him profusely. And tells him also, my dear Bharat, please remember, you are not the one who is responsible for this. Don't take it on yourself. Because Bharat was feeling great shame. In fact, he could not look the sage in his eyes. He was feeling so much of shame that because of me, look what has happened. The Lord himself was cast out of Ayodhya. You know, it is the most wonderful thing in scriptures. Shame is the most wonderful thing praised in the scriptures. Shame is praised. And today, in the world, in modern society, the teaching of modern society more and more is to teach human beings not to have any shame. So more and more people are growing up to be shameless. All of society is teaching people not to have any shame. But lajja is shame in Sanskrit. The scriptures praises shame. Shame is one of the... You know, When Lakshmana left, right? He left Sita ji. He told, I'm going in search of Sri Ram. I'm going to draw this line here and make sure that you do not cross this line. Lakshman Rekha. Make sure you do not cross this line. In Sanatan Dharma, there are many lines drawn which we are not supposed to cross. Many lines drawn. And shame is one of those mechanisms which is praised in the scriptures, which will prevent us from crossing the lines. The lines of proper etiquette and behavior and conduct. You know why an orchestra is always disorderly? The orchestra is always disorderly because they cannot conduct themselves. You have to have a conductor. They cannot conduct themselves. So the shame is one of those mechanisms which Bhagwan himself has placed in all of us. Right? As a mechanism to ensure that we do not cross the lines of proper conduct. And more the society goes along, we are teaching our future generation more and more not to have any shame. See where we have come? But very, very important thing. So Bharat was feeling what? Ashamed? That's the word in English now? Feeling ashamed. Because he was thinking that he was the one who was the cause for Sri Ram to go to the forest. Bharadwaj Muni tells Bharat, you are not the cause. Don't feel this. You may have shame for other things, but for this you should not feel guilty, feel ashamed. Because it was Saraswati who twisted Manthara's mind. The thing started there. Why are you feeling ashamed? Why are you feeling guilty? Don't feel this thing. Remove it from your heart. And Bharat said, I'm feeling sorry. Then he goes on to explain, I'm feeling sorry for my Prabhu Shri Ram. And in his words also, you could see that his genuine concern was for Shri Ram. Anyway, this conversation goes on between two of them. And now, Bharat raises whole entourage. Now they are this ashram of Bharadwaj Muni. And Bharadwaj Muni does a most wonderful thing. What is that? The great sage with all his mystic powers, with all his siddhis. Siddhis means all mystic powers. He does a most wonderful thing. What is that? Tulsidashi describes. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram,
212.
Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
सुनी मुनि बचन भरत ही सोचू
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
भयउ कुअवसर कठिन सकोचू
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जानि गरुई गुर गिरा बहोरी
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
चरण बंदी बोले कर जोरी
Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
परम धर्म यहो नाथ हमारा।
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
सुनि रिधि सिद्धि अनिमादिक आई।
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
आयस होई सो करई गोसाई।
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
जय रघुराम
Jai Raghuram,
जय सीताराम
Jai Sitaram.
सुनि रिद्धि मुनि सुनि रिद्धि सिद्धि animadika ai ayas hois karahis gosai. The great sage Bharadwaj, he summoned all of Kubera's attendants. How much power does Bharadwaj have? He summoned the attendants of Kubera from Swarga. And who is Riddhi Siddhi? And Anima, Mahima, Garima, Lagima, Prapti, Prakamya, all of them. Ashta Siddhis, all the powers that we talk about, Ashta Siddhi now and Nidike Data Hanumanji. He has 8 Siddhis. Those 8 Siddhis embodied are all attendants of Kuber. And the said Bharadwaj summoned all of them and they came there. And he told, my dear Bharat, you are my guest and you're not any ordinary guest. You are a special guest, royal guest. And I can't let you go just like that. I have to treat you well. And look at the entourage you have also. I have to treat everybody well. And Bharadwaj summoned all of them and instructed Anima, Mahima, Garima, all the Riddhi, Siddhi, all of them. Now here, so many people, all of you, make sure you treat them as royalty, all of them. And Anima, Mahima, and all of them, all the Riddhi, Siddhi, all the powers of the universe, they fashioned cities and means dwellings and means 7-star hotels and aerial chariots and first-class restaurants and towers, revolving restaurants, all sort of things. All these powers, they fashioned there in a zap, in a jiffy. And all the people of Ayodhya started enjoying themselves. All the people who had come with Bharat started enjoying themselves, resting, some of them taking a cold bath. There was jacuzzi. And so many wonderful things fashioned by these great powers of the universe. And that thing worried Bharat. That worried him. Suni muni bachana Bharata hiya sochu. Bhayau ku avasara katina kochu. That what a time. I am pining away for my Bhagwan Shri Ram. And here in this world, here in this Bharadwaj's ashram now, a heavenly world is now made with so many attractions, so many wonderful things to tantalize the mind. And Tulsidas ji describes in a most wonderful verse that night, how Bharat passed that night. This is number 215. संपत्ति चकै भरत चक मुनि आय सुखेलवारो राम मुनि आय सुखेलवार देहि निसी आश्रम पिंजरा राखे वा बिनु सार सिया वर रामचंद्र की Have you heard of this very wonderful bhajan? I mean, all of you would have heard, I think. Sometimes the tune just gone out of my mind. It happens quite regularly. Pinjire ke panchi. You know? So, that word every Trinidadian knows, but what is the meaning of the word pinjire? Pinjara. We hear all the time, no? Pinjara means a cage. Pinjara, a cage. And because the word K is coming after, it becomes pinjire. Pinjire ke panchi means a bird in a cage. So here, Tulsidas uses the exact same word. Tehi nisi ashram pinjara rakhe bhav anusar. Bharat became like a bird in a cage. But the bird has no freedom. Now here, in the midst of heavenly treats, 7-star hotels, so much of, that's like Las Vegas. Bharat, that's like Bharat finding himself in Las Vegas. What Bharat will do there? Last week before I was in Las Vegas. So one lady saw me there. She saw this clothes, you know. She said, you're a monk. She was Buddhist, so in Buddhism they call people who wear this type of clothes as monks. She said, you're a monk. I said, yes. And I don't have any key in my pocket. Otherwise, that will make me a monkey. She said, you're a monk. I said, yes, I am a monk. She said, what are you doing in Las Vegas? I said, nothing. I'm just in transit. I'm just taking another plane in that place. But that is like some person who is a monk finding himself in Las Vegas. What do you have there to do? So Bharat found himself in the midst of this thing now. He was like a bird in a cage. But Tulsidas, in his grand style of poetry, waxes eloquently with his pen and so poetically, comes out so wonderfully. Yes, Bharat was like a chakava bird, and all the wealth and all the affluence and all the wonderful flashy things created by all these heavenly creatures and heavenly beings, all of that wealth and all nice things put together, they were like the chakavi bird. Tulsidas compares all of the affluence there, and all the wonderful things like a chakavi bird, and Bharat like a chakava bird. Chakava, chakavi. Chakavi is female bird, chakava is male bird. And both of them caught in this cage. But why Tulsidas chooses this? Because this is a mythological bird, pair of birds, which is said that in the night time, they don't even look at each other, much less to touch each other. This male and female bird have some mystical style that in the night time, they don't even look at each other, much less to touch each other. So Bharat was like that chakava, and all the wealth there was like chakavi, caught in this cage. But Bharat, it means to say Bharat's mind did not even once go to any of the nice things. Whereas all the, see, this is the difference between a sage and a commoner. A sage and an ordinary person. They thought, what? We have been walking from Ayodhya so long. We never had a proper drink of water. No good food. No good rest. And look here. Jacuzzi and sauna. And nice food. Best 5-star, 7-star treatment. This, that. All of them started indulging and enjoying themselves. Having what we call what is that? Juice break. It means that time they forgot Bhagwan and all that. How quickly their mind left Bhagwan. And their mind went to all of these worldly enjoyments. That is how you know a real sadhak, a real bhakta, and an ordinary person. The ordinary person's mind leaves Bhagwan immediately, quickly, in no time, and goes to the world. And a real bhakta, even if he falls in the mud, a real bhakta, even if he falls in the mud, he sees, kitna sundar hai. Mere Prabhu, is mud mein bhi hai. My Lord is in this mud also. In fact, my Lord has taken the form of this mud also. But whichever thing it is, Sanatan Goswami, great sage of Vrindavan, one day he was making chapati. He went and he begged in the village, He begged here and then he got a handful of flour. And he came and he was making a chapati. Chapati means a thin roti like this. Indian roti, thin like this paper. So he made one chapati and put it there, and he was making the second one. And when he made the second one and was about to put it there, he realized the first one was missing. So anyway, he put the second one down and again went to make the third one, because with a little bit of flour you could make quite a few because they're so thin. Again, when he was about to put the third one, he found the second one was missing. So he lifted his head and he looked like that, and he saw a dog running with the chapati in his mouth. So there was a little dibba, little container on the side with a little spoon that he had from the previous day. He picked up the dibba and he ran after the dog. And he said, Prabhu, wait, what is the matter with you? You eat dry chapati without ghee? Here, have the ghee, wait. And he take off after the dog to give him ghee. Because dry chapati, you will choke. So, saints are like that. Their mind never comes away from Bhagwan. And ordinary people. And not only that, not only that, I'll tell you something. See how our mind works. First of all, it comes away from Bhagwan. Then it goes to the worldly thing. And it enjoys there. And after it enjoys, it goes on planning now. Oh, today we get jacuzzi. Tomorrow I hope we meet another saint, I hope we meet another saint tomorrow. Because we'll leave here today and this will not be here, Tomorrow I hope we meet another saint there. And he also had these same type of powers. First we'll ask him if he had these powers. So the mind goes on calculating and planning and casting this future. All that. This is how the worldly mind works. But Bharat's mind was firmly fixed on Bhagwan. And this is now obstacle number 3. And you see how Bharat did not become a victim to this obstacle, but all the other people of Ayodhya. Khao piyo maja karo. Eat, drink and be merry. It is called as Sant ke dwara kas. Obstacle number 3. Sant ke dwara kas. Test from the saints. Bharadwaj Muni provided everything as a test. And gurus and saints and sages, they will always test disciples. And not that they will do it consciously. They will not, the guru will not say, or the sage will not say, oh, this fellow coming here, let me give him a test. Whatever ensues from the lips of the guru, or whatever actions ensues, those things become natural tests for the disciple. And the disciple is not able to see that. The great Gautam Rishi once called, in Chandogya Upanishad, is a wonderful story. The great Gautam Rishi once called all his disciples. And he said, here we have 400 cows. And these poor animals, they are suffering. We have had a drought for the last how many years? Now there are only skin and bones left. Poor creatures. They are suffering here. And we have also seen very hard times. And you are my disciples. Which one of you will take these 400 cows and take them to some faraway land and save these poor animals? Keep them there. And in his vision, he could see that this drought will end only when these 400 animals become 1,000. When they multiply and become 1,000. And all the disciples bent their head when the Guru made this request. And one brave little chela, his name was Satyakama. Satyakama lifted his head and said, Guruji, I will take them. And Satyakama took the 400 cows and far away. And every morning he'll remember his Guru. When he got up, he'll go and take bath in the river and come back and do his morning prayers. And then he'll take these cows out to graze. And he was so devoted to his Guru and so devoted to the command of the Guru that the cows reached 1,000 and he did not know. And Indra Bhagavan was passing one day and he said, Hare Satyakama, your cows have reached 1,000 now. Time for you to return to the Guru. And while returning on the way, it is said even the elements taught him all Vedas. By the time he reached back the ashram, he had known the four Vedas. And he was glowing, resplendent. Satyakama. When he reached the ashram, the Guru said, Satya, how you are glowing so? Where you got all this glow from? He said, Guruji, while coming back, all the elements, fire taught me, a bull taught me. A bull spoke. The fire spoke to me. He taught me the Vedas. The Guru said, this is the blessing that the disciple gets. Gautam Rishi told. This is the blessing the disciple gets from following the commands of the Guru. And those who did not take up the words of the Guru, they were sitting in the ashram, all of them still looking dull. The Guru then divulged to the Satyakama, Atma Gyan. And that was the end of his journey. Atma Gyan, knowledge of the self, knowledge of the absolute reality. And like this, throughout the scriptures you will find stories where the Guru gives tests to find out which is the one who is fit for this Atma Gyan. Swami Vivekananda used to say that I don't want any person who is bright, any person who is disciplined, any person who is sharp and all that sort of thing. I want a person who is daring. Because for this part, you have to be daring. If that is there, everything will happen. So the Satyakama was daring. And the Guru tried to find out who was the most daring there. All of them bent their heads. So like this, Sant ke dwara kas, from the side of the saints and sages, tests will come. Now, Bharat created this whole city of enjoyment to test to see if Bharat is worthy of Bhagavad Darshan. If we cannot pass the test, that means we are not worthy of the Darshan of Bhagavan. Whether his mind is really fixed on God or not. Is your mind really fixed on God or fixed on other things? That is the test. The mind is really fixed on the words of the scriptures or fixed on using the scriptures to get your own selfish ends. That is what I want to know. You use the scriptures to reach your own selfish ends, or you use the scriptures to reach God. That is the type of test which is happening here. You see? Sant ke dwara kas. And this disciple who could pass the test like that will certainly get Bhagavad Darshan. And Bharat got up the next morning, having not enjoyed one single thing in that ashram. Got up the next morning, took his bath in Prayag, and told all the people, okay. No. The leader also doesn't get disheartened and disillusioned by the actions of the followers. He did not blame anybody because there was perfect acceptance. I am a disciple. I am following this path to get Bhagavad Darshan. I should not expect that everybody will be a disciple like me. I should not expect that the whole world should do what I am doing. Everybody will follow their own nature. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in the third chapter, Swabhavastu pravartate. Everybody will follow his own swabhav. So one person's swabhav is to have devotion for Bhagavan. Everybody's swabhav will not have devotion for Bhagavan. People will be devoted to other things in this world, isn't it? And it's good also. Some people are devoted to name and fame and power, position, this, that. Some people are devoted to money. Some people are devoted to good looks. He may not have any money, but he looking sharp. Pocket and all empty, but he's still looking sharp. Coated, booted and suited. Looking swanky. So people are devoted to different things, you see. May not be devoted to God and all that kind of thing. So, like this, Bharat accepted. Yeah, people enjoyed and all that sort of. And do you know? It is such a wonderful. You know, when there is real acceptance, this sort of teaching in the scripture is calling for acceptance. Don't think that or don't ever desire that the rest of the world should be like you. Let the world follow their swabhav. In other words, in fact, you don't have to let them, they will. To your detriment. Because you will lose your whole life worrying and have anxiety and stress and tension and all sorts of things because you think people are not being like you. Because you want them to be like you and they are not. And you will have so much of stress and tension. And in the end, they will follow their swabhav only. You know, when it comes to real acceptance, I'll give you the best example that I have read so far. Mahatma Gandhi ji never indulged in chai and coffee and all the things that we drink. Tea and coffee and all that. But Kastuba, his wife, she used to drink coffee. So Gandhi ji found himself one day thinking, why she doesn't stop this? There is a vice. Why she doesn't stop? And then he reflected and read scriptures and all that sort of thing and came to the realization, Kastuba is Kastuba, Gandhi is Gandhi. I don't drink coffee. I don't indulge. I don't have the vice. But why should I expect the rest of the world not to have? So I am not the father of the universe. And the acceptance became so thorough, so complete, that Gandhi ji used to get up in the morning and make the coffee for Kastuba himself. Get up and give her the coffee after he himself made it, and he himself never drank. How perfect the acceptance had become. And in our case, if the other person don't change, I know what to say. Since I know you are trying to change you and you're still the same. Ask all them married people. And after 40, 50 years, then they get, oh, well, I try, I try, but nothing didn't change. And the things that you want to change, they never change. And the things that you didn't want to change, they change by themselves. One fellow said, next fellow on the road, he said, George, what? That you, boy? Wee, you changed too bad. Look at you. You put on so much of weight. And you get a bald head too. That other fellow said, what do you mean? George? Am I not George? He said, where? You change your name too? यार इसी टाइम कहना जो कि हलते in Trini language, you know. So anyway, Bharat accepted 100% and didn't say a word to any of the. They enjoyed. That is what people do. But he never touched anything, and he passed the test. Bharadwaj Muni realized this Bharat is serious about Bhagavad Darshan. He's serious about getting the darshan of Bhagavan. He passed test number 3. What is test number 4? Tomorrow. Okay.